Hello and welcome to the Swamps. Today we're going to do a tarot reading on March 2022. What to expect in March 2022, what's going to happen in March 2022. I kind of left it a little vague for tarot, so we'll see what we get from the reading. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. All right, let's get started. Hello, pile number 1. This is your tarot reading for March 2022. You chose the green stone. Let's get started. So when I was doing this this reading, a lot of piles got a lot of cards, so got a lot of information today. Looks like March 2022 is going to be a big one for a lot of people. All right, let's get started with your oracle. So we have right now, stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled at each moment. Letting go. Everything is indeed out of control, and God will hold it all. I can safely let go. And flow. Allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with with calmness and peace. Then we have adjustments are required, third quarter moon. And we have reflection. Okay, so for this pile, I can tell you this month is not going to be super easy. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there's really, no sugarcoating this one. It seems like this is going to be a month of either reflection or you did the reflecting and you're going to have to remove something from your life. And Spirit is trying to say, or your spirit guides are trying to say that this was like inevitable. Okay, this is something that was, if you haven't realized it yet, you're going to soon, and it's going to be one of those things that you can't not do. It's one of those, it's like I almost got in my head like, oh my god, why have I been doing, like, that's what I heard, like, why have I been doing it this way, or why have I been doing something this way? It's not going to be easy because you're potentially breaking old habits, but it is going to be easy in the sense that this is something that you're going to be determined to do. It could be a person, it could be a lifestyle. With this flow card coming out, it tells me that this was part of your life plan. I feel like this was something that if you believe in soul contracts and, if you sort of believe in knowing what you're going to get into before reincarnating, I believe that you knew that this was going to happen, whatever this was. This is almost like a big thing, to be honest. This isn't, it's not the biggest thing to happen in your life, but this is, probably a bigger, memorable thing of 2022 for you. I definitely feel like with this adjustments are required and letting go cards coming out, there is some negative thing in your life that you're about to release this month. Whether you've, were preparing for it previously or come to this realization this month, I don't know, but it does look that way. So let's get into your tarot. We've got the Lovers. We've got the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so this is something interesting. I have a few readings from this one. The first one is, to be honest, it almost seems like a partner was unfaithful and you're choosing to let them go, to get them out of your life. This could also have to do with financial discipline. It could be making a decision to be more disciplined in your finances. Either way, again, it just sort of goes along with what I'm saying, where you're letting go of something that doesn't serve you anymore. And, I truly believe that this is one of those things that, it's hard and it's easy. It's because it's something that you really want to do, and it's because it's something that it serves you to do this, you're going to do it. Like I said, it's in the flow. You're flowing with this. You're like those lazy rivers at the water parks. That's going to be you. You can't fight the current. You're going to have to go with the current because that's what's right. It's what you got to do. And you need to, with this right now card, if this does have to do with a person, Okay, if this does have to do with a romantic situation or just a person in general, it could be like a friend that no longer serves you. Spirit's asking you to think about right now. Think about how, like, if you haven't gotten to this conclusion yet of letting go of this person or this lifestyle, think about right now. Think about where you are right now with this. Is it really serving you? Is it causing you more harm than good? And if the answer is no to the first question and yes to the second question, it's time to let go. It's time to move on with your life. You don't need this anymore. And to be honest with you, I almost feel like I don't need to be giving you this pep talk. I feel like you already know these things. I feel like you're already ready to move on. I feel like you've done the reflection. I feel like you're ready to make your adjustments. And I think you're ready to let go. And I really feel that. And if you're able, it could even actually be a job with the Pentacles coming out. This could be a decision to leave a job. You could be, this could be completely not serving you. There could be better things in that lazy river. At the end of that lazy river that I was talking about, there could be better things at the end of that. And Spirit's trying to say, like, it's your time to move on. And there's so many. There's I just heard there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow here. Like, you need to move towards that goal. And I feel like this month you're at least going to be taking the steps to do that. I can't promise you that it'll all be done by the end of March, but I feel like this is like where it all begins, basically. Yeah, if this is about a relationship, because it almost feels like somebody here got cheated on, I'm just going to tell you right now, you're worth more than that. If you're in a monogamous relationship and this person cheated on you, that is they disrespected you. They didn't just disrespect the relationship, but they disrespected you. And what I have to say about that is, you don't need them, lose them. Let them go. Go with the flow. Somebody else is like, for that group of people in this pile, there is somebody better at the end of that lazy river. It might go slowly. The journey might be a little slow to get to them or to the job or to whatever it is, but it's worth it. So I think we're ready to pull some charms. Yeah, this is definitely a month of transformation for you, letting go of what doesn't serve you, flying away from what doesn't serve you. I'm getting that from the butterflies. And I feel like with these two charms coming out, so this could mean a couple things. This could mean that you spent a lot of your time and energy on whatever this was and it wasn't serving you. But I do believe that there is something to be learned from this. I feel like this is one of those things where, it was draining, but because you learned what it's like to be drained, you know how to prevent yourself from getting to that point, either with a lifestyle or a person or whatever, or a job. You sort of know the warning signs of, not wanting to get to this point again. And the other meaning is that, like I was saying, it's going to take time to get to this new fruit. It's going to take, it's going to be worth letting go. And I don't want me saying that it's going to take time to move on to get to the better things. I don't want that to discourage you, because a point that I want to make is that good things take time. So basically, what Spirit's trying to say is that there is something better for you, but don't let it not being there immediately discourage you from getting that fruit, from reaping the fruits of your labor, is what I keep hearing. I've been hearing that for a minute now, but I didn't know how to work that in. So basically, there's better things, there's better fruit, there's better in store for you, but it's gonna take time. But it starts this month. It starts with you letting go of this negative thing, person, job, whatever it is. It starts with that, and it ends with great things, is what I have to say. Is what tarot has to say. So that's all I'm really getting for this group. I hope you found it helpful, and I hope you return to the swamps for another reading. This was a fun one. I really liked it. Hello, pile number 2. You chose the clear crystal, and this is your reading for March 2022. We're going to start with your oracles, and then we're going to go into your tarot. All right. So we've got love. Divine source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation, only love itself. The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon, hunger, and surrender. Ooh, so I'm getting really romantic vibes from this pile. I feel like there's a passion that you've been called to. And either it's going to happen this month or it's been like happening. But this month is when you're really going to get into it, or you're going to put action towards it in some kind of way. For some of you, this might be a person. For others, this might be a lifestyle or like a hobby. It could be even a job. But I am getting some romantic vibes. So for some of you, I do think this is a person. I think this is somebody like this. Like when I flipped, particularly these two, I keep thinking that you're like hungry for this person. Again, it could, for some of you, it might not be a person. So, apply it how it would make sense is what I would say in this case. But for others, this is definitely a person, and you are passionately into this person. This is somebody that, this is something that's been happening for a minute with this energy is gaining momentum. And I feel like this is, it must have started off as like an innocent, oh, they're cute. And then maybe you notice that they were into some things that you're into, or, they might be different than you. You just think they're very unique and whatever. But it's this month, you're going to like them even more. I feel like you're going to develop an even more of a hunger. And for some of you, you might even surrender to this. You might ask this person out. And if this resonates with you, if you have a crush right now, a really strong crush on someone right now, and right at this moment of watching this, you just can't imagine yourself asking them out, this month you might honestly work up the courage to do it. Might have something to do with the planetary placements. I'm not sure what they're going to be throughout the month, so I can't really give too much insight on that. It could be when the moon is in the waxing moon position, you might gain the power or the confidence to ask this person out. Especially if it's in Leo or something, that might kind of make sense because Leo's all about that confidence. But for some of you, with this not being a romantic thing, if this is a hobby or a job, or maybe you're getting into a new studying something new, this is pretty much the same thing, but instead of a person, it's whatever you're getting into. You've developed a hunger for it, and you're about to surrender to that hunger, is what I get from this. You're about to surrender to that love. You're about to surrender. This energy has been picking up for a while now. Again, doesn't matter if it's a person or if it's a thing or a lifestyle. This is something that has been building up for a minute now. And it's about to manifest physically, is what I just heard. It's about to manifest physically in your life in some capacity. So if this is a love, if this is a crush that you're gonna ask out, it might honestly be a good idea to ask them out. I almost see it working out well, but let's flip over your tarot and see what we got here. We've got the Magician, and we've got the High Priestess. Okay. I feel like you've been keeping to yourself about this. I don't even think you've told your friends if this is something that, if it's, regardless of if it's a person or a thing, you haven't really, this has been all about you. You've been keeping to yourself about this. You haven't, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not exactly that you're going to ask this person out. Maybe you're going to be more open about this interest. If it's a person or a thing, maybe you're just going to be more open about this interest this month, because maybe that's what it means. Maybe I'm jumping ahead here a little bit. Maybe eventually for some of you, you're going to ask some people out. But this month, I feel like you're going to be talking about this person or this hobby or this interest of yours. I feel like you're going to be talking about it, or like it's going to be manifesting more physically than it was before is what I'm mainly getting from this. Especially with this Magician here. Give me a second. I just want to get this High Priestess energy. I just want to understand it a little bit better. I think, to be honest with you, you guys have been almost reluctant to move forward with this. It is like a burning passion within you, whatever this is about, but you've been reluctant to bring that into like the rest of the world, the rest of your world. You've been reluctant to talk about it. You've been reluctant to, if this is a person that you're interested in, you've been reluctant to, maybe further your relationship with them, even in like a friendly kind of way. And I think this month you're gonna like contemplate on that at the very least some more. For some of you, you might honestly, especially if this is somebody that you're interested in, you might work up the courage to go further with it. I don't know if I did jump ahead of myself a little bit earlier. It might be more that you're gonna go forward with the relationship, not necessarily asking them out, but just trying to involve them in your life more in some kind of way. Maybe start up a closer friendship with this person. If this is a thing and not a person, this could just be you are nervous. To be honest, I almost get these vibes that you are like afraid of failing. You're afraid of failing is almost what I feel. I feel like this month you're going to reconsider that, because the hunger with this surrender card coming out, you're going to surrender to your feelings this month, regardless of what we're talking about here, if it's a person or if it's a hobby or, etc. You're going to surrender to this passion this month in some type of way. I could list off the amount of ways for 20 minutes that this could manifest, but in some kind of way you are going to manifest this more physically this month. And I think that's what I'm really getting here mostly. I'm gonna pull some charms. Oh, for some of you, this is something spiritual. This could be a spiritual passion you could have, or if this is a person, you could have met them at church. We have 2 crosses coming out. Yeah, there's definitely an amount of manifestation with this. So I feel like with that moon coming out, it makes me think of like moon manifestations in this reading. It makes me think that you've been, to be honest, with this dragon and this moon coming out, you've been fantasizing about this for a little while now. And like I said, there's going to be some sort of attempt this month to manifest this a little more than it's at right now. I don't think I feel sort of bad for saying that you're going to ask them out this month. I think without the tarot, it was a little bit more, you know how like divination can be a little dramatic sometimes. I do feel though as though you're going to try to like go forward with this person a little bit more so than you have been. Maybe you're going to talk to them more. Maybe you're going to, add them on Facebook or something to try to be more proactive with this relationship, So I do feel like that with this key, for some reason, I've been really like associating manifestations and keys lately. I don't know why. I think it's the concept of like unlocking a door, like you achieved that. It feels like an achievement in like a video game when you do that. So I think that's where that's coming from. But yeah, there's definitely, maybe you've been manifesting this with these crosses coming out. Maybe that's what you've been doing. I almost feel like I should, I feel urged to tell you, yeah, this is coming from somebody's spirit guide. to meditate on this. Meditate before you do make your next move with, if this is a romantic thing, just, think about it for a while. And to be honest with you guys, I have faith that you guys are going to handle this with grace. So I'm not trying to give too much advice here on that, but I will say that this does seem like you're going to be moving forward with a passion this month. That is the summed up version of this reading, this spread right here. I'm not getting anything else really, so we're going to put the charms away and move on to the next pile. Thank you for coming to the Swamps for your tarot reading, and I hope you return. Hello, pile number 3. This is your tarot reading for what to expect in March 2022. You chose the red stone. So let's get on with your reading. We're going to do Oracle first, then Tarot. This group got all extra cards. So every group today got extra cards, but this group got like the extra cards, okay? So we'll get into that. I love extra information and makes these readings a little easier if you ask me. I love Oracle cards, so let's get into it. We've got inner power, give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. And then deepening. Once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping, detachment, and surrender. They bring the peace of God. A romantic cycle begins. Oh, a new romantic cycle begins, sorry. New moon in Libra. And then we have meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. Okay, 2 new moons. Interesting. Wow. I think you're the only group to get 2 moon oracles. Yeah, I think you are. I didn't even notice that until I was like reading it. Yeah, you got extras in all cards. Wow. You got creativity. And you got flow. Okay. This month is about you. That's the main thing I'm getting with this new romantic cycle. I almost feel like, and this meditate and contemplate, I feel like this is a self-care month for you, especially with that inner power and that deepening. And not to mention we have these 2 cats here. I feel like this is a self-care month for you, but it's not like a physical self-care. It's like a mental and spiritual self-care. You are gaining confidence this month. You are gaining creativity this month. I feel like there are some creative endeavors that you're going to get into this month. And I feel like I find this interesting. Sorry, I just noticed this. You have purple and blue coming out. I would almost look up those colors to see if there's like any relevance to those, especially since they're coming out twice here. I'm sorry, I love when that happens. It's like always like, whoa, there really is some kind of conscious thing speaking to me. The spirits are with us today. Okay. Yeah, so basically what I want to get into today is that you're building confidence this month. And it is due to a spiritual growth and maybe like a bit of a spiritual journey this month. I do feel like there's an emphasis on confidence with 2 cats and even a lion coming out here. Let's get to your tarot. We've got the 3 of Cups. And we've got the Page of Wands. Okay. Yeah. I feel like for some of you, you might have like a girls' night. For some of you, you might have a girls' night. That's like the immediate thought I saw when that 3 of Cups came out. But that's not the full reading. That's not the main point of this reading. The main point of this reading is to tell you, especially there's like with that meditate and contemplate, I feel like this is a month where you're going to take time for yourself. You're going to probably for some of you actually meditate. For some of you, this card is referring to spirit guides. You're going to have multiple spirit guides this month. Especially if you're the group that's meditating. You're going to have multiple spirit guides this month, and I really do think with this creativity on this Page of Wands, there's going to be some kind of new idea, some kind of new inspiration. If you're working on a project, this month is going to be a big month for that. I just heard spend money to make money. So if you're thinking about a creative project that needs you to spend money in order to produce this project, I am almost sort of like feeling the urge to tell you to go for it. Obviously, make sure that you're able to financially take the hit of if it's a big financial commitment. But yeah, this is really encouraging energy, if I'm honest with you. This is very Leo energy. You know what? This is definitely spirit guide energy. You have multiple spirit guides with you right now, and they want me to tell you that they are like rooting for you. They want you to gain this confidence. They want you. This romantic cycle is a love for yourself. This is you're going to find a new love for yourself this month, and it might be through meditation. This new moon might be clearing out any energy, any like doubtful energy is what I would say. This new moon is going to try to clear out doubtful energy that you have for yourself. I just can't get over, I'm so sorry. I just can't get over how it came out in the same order though. Purple, blue, purple, blue. I love that stuff. It gets me way too excited. But yeah, back on track. This month is mainly about you finding a love for yourself and manifesting that physically. This is like a new passion for yourself. And your spirit guides are going to help aid you to really embrace this passion. You're going to deepen your inner power. You're going to flow. The creativity is going to flow from you because you feel so much more empowered. You feel more confident to be able to express these new ideas. You feel confident enough to put your best foot forward is what I heard. Maybe you took an L. Maybe you recently took an L. I'm not laughing at you. I just think that was a silly phrasing, but I heard it in my head, so I'm going to say it. Maybe you took an L recently, and it's been affecting your self-esteem. What this pile is trying to tell me is to tell you that this month you're going to rebuild that self-esteem. And it's going to be a big self-care month. These three women, those are your spirit guides. They're your girls. That's what I would call them. They're going to be with you this month, and their energy is going to be very encouraging. And I really think you're going to feel that, especially if you have psychic abilities of any kind. You're really going to feel that this month. And it's going to give you the ability to go into self-care mode, to go into a meditative mode, and get these encouraging, you're going to have these encouraging feelings throughout the month, I think. Especially because we have the double new moon here, especially on the new moon. I would definitely mark it on your calendar. I honestly would meditate, especially when we have a new moon and a card that says meditate and contemplate. So March new moon, this pile, please mark it on your calendar and meditate. I promise you it will be beneficial in some kind of way. So we're going to pull some charms now. This pile got me hyped, honestly, that blue and purple, that purple and blue. All right. Oh, you got a lot. Okay. Ooh, all right. Yep. Yeah, there's this, you know what? If you're a Pisces, your spirit guides are screaming at you. You got all this aquatic stuff coming out. You've got this thing, the steering wheel of a ship. You got this blue fishtail on the blue Pisces card with the two fish on it. You got a starfish coming out. I feel like your spirit guide is trying to say that you're going to be more at peace with yourself. You're going to steer yourself in a better direction. You're going to keep swimming from this. You're going to move on from this, negative view of yourself. I don't know if you've seen my readings before, but whenever I pull the starfish, it makes me think of how starfish can regenerate their limbs. That's you. You lost this limb that represents confidence, okay? And this month, you're gonna, at the very least, start rebuilding that limb. It might not be all there by the end of March, but this is the beginning of that process. This is like a growth to me. You're gonna grow from this. You don't understand how unique you are, I don't think. I don't think you understand fully just how like it hurts this group. It hurts your spirit group. It hurts your spirit guides, I should say, to see you like doubt yourself like this, which is why they're going to be putting a lot of effort this month into helping you regain self-confidence. For some of you, this moon coming out kind of confirms what I'm saying. New moon meditation this month for this group. I am feeling very urged to tell you, meditate under the new moon, March 2022. Especially if for some of you, there might be some new moon manifestations coming up. I guess this is another, push from the universe. This is just me saying, do it. If that was something that you're planning, do not give up on that. Do it. Don't forget about it. Put a timer or put a alarm on your phone to remind you. Do it. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be a powerful one for this group, especially if you're Pisces. I don't know what the new moon is this month. It might be in Pisces or Libra. If it is, then that's definitely a sign from the universe to meditate, contemplate, manifest new moon, March 2022. That's all I'm really getting for this group. Sorry, this was sort of an everywhere reading. It took me a second to fully get it together, but all right. Thank you for coming to the Swamps, and I hope you return for another tarot reading. Yeah, there was a lot of cards today. I mean, a lot. Usually they don't come they were like flying out of the deck. And I mean, that happens. Don't get me wrong. That does happen. I've had that happen like a bunch of times, but just the amount of times it happened for each like pile was just, I always take that as like the spirits that I'm speaking to with this divination. I always take that as they are shouting. All right. Thank you for coming to the Swamps for your tarot reading. I hope you guys all found this helpful, and I'm going to start doing this at the end of all my readings now. If you shuffle tarot yourself and you have more questions after my reading, feel free to shuffle more cards to get more answers. If you don't read tarot, feel free to look up similarly titled videos for more answers. There's, I'm of the belief that you can never have enough tarot readings, and that you can never have enough signs, basically. But that's all I'll say today. Thank you for coming to the Swamps for your tarot reading. And again, I hope you found this helpful.